Hey, it's John of Smart Edition Academy, and today we are going to go over each and every topic that you're going to see on the grammar section of the HESI A2 test. We're also going to go over the top 10 question types that you're going to see on the test, so you know exactly what you're going to see. You're going to be prepared for the test. Stay tuned, and we're going to go ahead and dive into it. Before we do that, I want to make sure you guys subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you get notifications on all the HESI videos. There's a free practice test that you can actually take all the subject areas, and it gives you a scored report at the end of it that helps you identify your strengths and your weaknesses by the individual topics, say within grammar, so that you know exactly which areas within something like grammar that you need to study, and you can laser focus so that you can help bring your score up. There's also a link for our Facebook study group. It's an awesome group of people just like yourself who are preparing for the test. They have the same types of questions that you do about the test or what's on the test and all those sorts of things. And they're also working through different questions and problems, and everybody's helping each other out. So it's a really awesome place. I want to see you guys over there. So click that link below and join that group. And then if you do need more help on the HESI test, Smart Edition Academy has you covered. We have a full online course that has over 50 lesson modules for each and every topic in all the subject areas. It's got 100 video lessons that go over all that same material. There's tons of practice tests. There's online flashcards, everything that you need to really prepare for and pass the test and just crush it. So let's talk about the 10 question types that you'll see on the test. Number one is which sentence is grammatically correct? Number two, which sentence is grammatically incorrect? So again, they're really going to test your grammar here, and you need to identify when things are being used correctly or incorrectly. Question type number three, which sentence should replace the following incorrect sentence? Number four, which use of apostrophe is correct in this sentence, or it could be which use of this semicolon is correct in the sentence, or a comma, or whatever it is, but they're going to ask you which answer choice is using it correctly in the sentence. Be able to identify an incomplete sentence. The question will be identify the incomplete sentence, and you'll have different options, and you need to know complete sentences and when a sentence is incomplete. Number six, select the word or phrase that makes the sentence grammatically correct. Number seven, select the word or phrase in the sentence that is not used correctly. Number eight, select the sentence in which some sort of noun is used as a verb. Right, so know kind of how nouns and verbs work. Number nine, select the correct words for the blank in the following sentence. So you'll have fill in the blanks, you'll have different word options, and you need to know which word best completes that sentence. And number 10, select the sentence that uses something like there correctly, and it's going to have some options that are, like THEY apostrophe RE, or it could be THEIR or THER. Those are your homophones and your homographs, and we're going to go over those shortly so that you understand kind of what you need to be prepared for. So let's do that. Let's get right into it. The first thing is going to be spelling. Right? This is a lot of stuff we've learned in high school: vowels, consonants, suffixes, plurals. So know those things, brush up on it if you're not up to par with that yet. We just talked about homophones and homographs. So homophones are words that sound the same but have a different meaning, and homographs are words that are spelled the same but have a different meaning. So know the definitions of those, know some examples, kind of how that works, because you will see some things around that on the test. Know some commonly misspelled words, things like accommodate, embarrass, scissors, vacuum. These are kind of commonly misspelled words that you might see things like this on the test. Know the rules. I before E except after C, changing a final Y to an I, or when to drop the final E on a word. Know those things, be familiar with them, you're going to see it on the test. There's capitalization. Things that get attention for capitalization are geographic locations and event names. North, east, south, west may or may not be capitalized depending on how it's used in a sentence. So know some of those rules. Other things that go into capitalization, like organizations, publication titles, individual names, professional titles, months, days, holidays, all of those things kind of play into capitalization. So be familiar with those things. Punctuation. You're going to see a lot of stuff on punctuation, and kind of, I made the example of the question of choose the sentence that's using an apostrophe correct, or comma, semicolon. Know those internal punctuations. And then you also have ending punctuation. So those are like your periods, your question marks, exclamation points. Know when to use them, how to use them, and any rules around punctuation. Nouns. So know how nouns are used in sentences, know your types of nouns, singular and plural nouns, common and proper nouns, concrete and abstract nouns, differences between them, know how they're used in sentences. You've got pronouns. Know how pronouns are used in sentences. Subject pronouns, object, possessive pronouns, relative pronouns. Know all the different kind of pronouns, how they're used. Adjectives and adverbs. Know the difference between the two of them. Adjectives, articles, things like a and the. Know about adverbs and kind of what they do, how they describe verbs, how they describe adjectives, and adverbs that describe other adverbs. Be familiar with all of those things that have to do with adjectives and adverbs. You've got conjunctions and prepositions. You may get some questions that kind of throw in conjunctions and ask you if it's being used correctly in a sentence or if this question is kind of tied together correctly. Types of conjunctions, prepositional phrases. You've got verbs and verb tenses. So verb forms, know the verb forms. There's the base, past form, participle form. Know how to use verbs. So know when it should be they ate or I walk, we went, she seems. Helping verbs and progressive perfect tenses. Know those. So, that's your to be, to have, to do. And know the tenses. So present, past, future tenses. That's the present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect tenses. And the progressive and perfect tenses. So the present tense is I am talking. Past tense is I was talking or I was working. Subjects and adverbs are going to be something you'll see. So know the roles of subject and verbs. How they're used in simple sentences, how they're used in complex sentences, regular verbs and irregular verbs, kind of know all of those things. When it comes to sentences, you're going to want to know the types of sentences. So there are simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, parallel structure, passive and active voice. Those are all kind of things that are different types of sentences. So be familiar with it. This is all going to help you really nail and look at these questions and be able to answer them quickly if you know all this stuff like the back of your hand. Clauses. Know independent clauses, dependent and subordinate clauses, and coordinate clauses. So be familiar with all those things. And then the last thing we talk about is modifiers and direct objects and indirect objects. So modifiers are the parts of a sentence that make a sentence more descriptive and more interesting. So kind of know when you're seeing a modifier. And then for the objects are a noun or a pronoun. And there are three types. There's a direct object, indirect object, and the object of the preposition. So these are all things that you're going to kind of need to know to answer all those top 10 questions. So be familiar with them. Leave comments below. Let us know if you have any other questions on this. If you want more information, we're happy to help you guys out. Let us know how we're doing. And then of course, if you need more resources, the links below have a free practice test. We have a full online course, the books, the practice test packs, everything you need. We have you guys covered. We want to see you guys do well on this test. So again, subscribe to the channel, check out all the other videos that are coming out, and we really look forward to helping you guys out and wish you all the best of luck on the test, and we will see you in the next videos.